Hey, Keaton, how's it going?
Good.
What was quarantine like for you? Is it a little weirder? I mean, did you get to go home since you're home? Did you have to stay? I mean, how did you navigate that whole thing?
Yeah, when I first got here, my parents said, just stay home, or stay here. So I just stayed here. Um, but it's a lot of free time, and you got to figure out what to do with it, and be as productive as you can for that week or so. So just trying to focus on school and just and football too, and the mental aspect. Um, and I wasn't too crazy because I was in an apartment with my friends, so. Uh, it was a good experience, just to like figure out ways to like different ways to like use your time.
All right, let's go to Rich Garcella.
Hey, Keaton, thanks for your time today. Um, After all the uncertainty stopping and starting over the last few months, what was yesterday like for you?
It's a real relief, to finally know that we get to play, we get to have a season. Everybody's really excited. We've been working really hard. This whole off season, summer, through now, and it's just everybody's just really excited. Just for the opportunity to get out there and play.
All right, let's go to Elton Hayes.
Hey, Keaton, how are you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Hey, earlier this spring, you talked about the development of the wide receivers. Particularly you mentioned the Florida boys, and T.J. Jones and John Dunmore. I understand you didn't get that much, time this spring and summer to work with them, but in the short time that you all have been back on campus going through the workouts and even yesterday, what are your expectations and your observations from that receiver group?
Yeah, and that whole group, they're just continuing to grow every day in practice. You can tell they're getting a lot of confidence, and they're really really starting to play well together, and play well as a unit. And they just continue to grow and grow every day, and I'm really excited to see what they can do, across the board. And I think the sky's the limit for those guys, and it's been work. They work really hard, and it's starting to pay off. So I'm really excited for them.
All right, let's go to Tyler Donahue.
Hey, Keaton, you came in with a big cornerback class last year. Starting job is up for grabs right now. How has that kind of forced you all every step of the way, no matter what you're doing, kind of compete in everything? And what would you kind of evaluate the rest of that group with Jaquan and Joey and Marquis with your second preseason camp now?
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. The competition is at a high level. We're going at it every day, and everybody's playing really well right now. From Day, Joey, Marquis, everybody, and like it's been really helpful, that we have that competition because it makes everybody better, and I think we're becoming a better group from it. It'll say you only get us your weakest link, and we got a lot of good players, so and we just keep getting better, keep working hard, pushing each other, and I'm really excited for this group.
All right, let's go to John Sauber.
Hey, Keaton, how did your playing time last year, your extended playing time, sort of prepare you for the cornerback competition this year to start in John Reed's place?
Yeah, it definitely helped a lot. It's just game experience. You can't substitute that. In practice you get the reps, you get the mental reps, but that experience, it helps you slow the game down, be more confident, especially for this year. I'm just really excited to get back out there.
Let's go to Joe Giuliano.
Good morning, Keaton. Thanks for doing this today. I just wonder what it was like, all the waiting and uncertainty whether there was going to be a season. How did you keep yourself from going stir crazy, and who your teammates did you rely on to kind of talk this out? And finally, what was the reaction once you got back, knew there was going to be a season again?
Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty, and just with the group of guys, especially like the corners, it was just work every day. Like you're gonna you'd be playing soon, so it just add up the days, you know, whether there's going to be a couple months till we play, whether it's going to be 1 month till we play, just keep adding up those days, working hard, and, you know, everything will, you know, fall in place if we do that. And I think as a group, collectively as a team, we did a great job of having a great mindset, you know, just keep working hard. And, you know, some things you can't control, but you can control how hard you work and the time you put in. I think, you know, as a team, we've done very well. And, you know, we're really, you know, we've been practicing hard. And obviously now since, you know, we're getting to play, like, I think we've like very prepared for, you know, the season moving forward.
All right. Rich Carcella?
Keaton, how would you describe Marquis Wilson's personality, and how would you compare his to yours?
Yeah, he's, you know, I can't even, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's a ball hawk, you know, his confidence level is through the roof. And, you know, obviously I have confidence too, but he likes to express it. And that's kind of where we differ. You know, he's a certain swag that not a lot of players have, and, you know, that's unique to him, and it's hard to emulate. And he just has that it factor, you know, where, you know, he'll find the ball, and, you know, he'll make the plays, and, you know, he'll tell you about it. So you know, he has a great attitude, has a great mentality in the game.
All right. Elton Hayes?
Hey, Keaton, you know, last year we're losing a guy this year, and like John Reed, in terms of just leadership and production. You know, the cornerback room's kind of at a void there. What are some things you kind of picked up from him last year in terms of preparation, you know, his work ethic? And are you in contact with him? And, you know, if so, what are some things that you all kind of talk about in preparing for this upcoming season?
Yeah, you know, he's a great resource, and, you know, obviously we keep in touch with him. And, you know, just some things of preparation. Biggest thing from like that I learned from him is film study. And, you know, that's a huge part of it, the mental side of the game. And, you know, if you can prepare yourself mentally, like, everything comes easily on the field physically. So that's one thing I really learned from him. And, you know, just even talking to him and his success in the league right now, just his consistency. You know, coaches have said he prepares like a vet, you know, he's playing like a vet, you know, things like that. And that's just that's just him. That's John Reed. And, you know, you try and emulate that kind of stuff and learn from him. And, you know, he like gives you the in and outs and tips that, you know, you wouldn't really think about, that, you know, he's just learning too. And, you know, just trying to be a sponge with him, because he's just a great resource for us.
All right. Let's see. Ben Jones. There you
go. Keaton, we heard from Noah Kane said that he didn't always like Journey because they have kind of different personalities and they were getting to know each other. And he was like, man, I'm not quite like you. What is the timeline sort of like to getting to know the guys in your room and sort of becoming more comfortable with them, or, you know, becoming better friends with them? Because everyone just assumes you're teammates and then, oh, that must mean that you're best friends. But it, you know, that takes a little bit of time. What is that sort of process like?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you have, you know, different characters, you know, different personalities, you know, in the room. And, you know, it takes a little bit to mesh together, but I think the amount of time we spend together, it doesn't take very long to get to know, you know, your position group, and even beyond that. So you know, this team, what's special about this team is really like a family atmosphere. Like, you know, I see a lot of those guys as my brothers, and, you know, so that's, you know, one thing that, it's funny you said that, like, even though we're all different and, you know, we might clash sometimes, like, we're all brothers at the end of the day. And, you know, we're all like trying to reach a common goal, and, you know, it brings people together.
All right, let's go to David Eckert.
Hey, Keaton, how you doing?
Good.
You had touched on the competition there at cornerback really quickly. I'm wondering, is it frustrating for you at all to not be able to compete for that spot in the traditional way that you would compete for that spot? How did you kind of handle that mentally over the offseason?
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, time and practice is huge, you know, with that. And we didn't get as much of that as we would normally do, as far as the process of, you know, spring ball, fall ball, in the summer, stuff like that. But, you know, we attacked it the same way once we were practicing. It's when you go, we go. So, you know, if it's no matter if it's a walkthrough, if it's, you know, anything like that, it's, you know, we're all competing, we're all, you know, trying to get better, and you're trying to make the room better.
All right, let's go to John Sauber.
Keaton, Lance mentioned you and Marquis Wilson as two guys as breakout candidates this year. How does it feel to have your teammates have that kind of confidence in you? And do you see anyone on the team that could potentially break out this year?
Yeah, you know, it's awesome. You know, you get, you know, see that respect from, you know, other players, and, you know, I'm humbled by it, and, you know, just got to keep working. You know, that's the biggest thing. And, you know, some other guys, just from my perspective, Keandre, CSB, Kim Sullivan-Brown, DG, like the whole wide receiver group, you know, I'm excited for them. And I think they're going to have a breakout year. And they've just been working really hard, and I'm excited to, you know, see what they can do. But across the board, you know, just that our team just has acknowledgement, and we see, you know, who's doing well, who's not, and we're able to pick people up, and, you know, just stuff like that is, you know, just shows our camaraderie of the team.
All right, let's go to Greg Pickle.
How you doing, Keaton? Thanks for your time. Keaton, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, thanks so much. Hey, I'm just curious, you watched a lot. Obviously, there was plenty of time to watch film during this extended off season. What do you think the biggest areas for improvement are in the pass defense, and how can you make those happen now that the pads are back on?
You know, definitely, you know, we got a lot of things to work on, technique, and, you know, just knowing the playbook and understanding, you know, where other people are at. And probably the biggest thing in film study for me was just understanding not only my position and my role, but the rest of the defenses, you know, so I can have a better understanding of, you know, where everybody's going to be, you know, during this play, and who got who and that kind of stuff. Because that's one thing I've, you know, put some time into. And, you know, it's, you know, preparation is key, and, you know, we do a great job of that. So, you know, I'm just really excited to see that pay off.
Rich Garcella.
Keaton, to follow Greg's question, you guys gave up a bunch of big pass plays last year. How do you go about cutting them down, and has that been a primary focus during this offseason?
You know, it always is. You know, we eliminate explosives, and that's like the biggest thing for us. You know, and we were working really hard, and that's just, you know, everybody, you know, coming together, the whole defensive unit, and, you know, trying to reach a common goal, and from the D-line to the back seven. So we just been working really hard, and, you know, just looking at film, seeing what we need to do, and, you know, correcting it, and moving forward, and trying not to make the same mistake twice.
All right, just if people didn't see, Greg sent the reminder out. We got about 9 minutes left in this session if anyone needs to visit anyone else. But without further ado, we'll go to Elton Hayes.
Hey, Keaton, this spring and summer were different in a number of ways. You had the pandemic, a lot of the social justice issues going on. You know, Coach Franklin spoke out about it, several players, there were marches downtown, you know, kind of gave college athletes a voice, you know, or at least it helped them recognize that voice, and just the influence they had. You know, what does that mean to you? And knowing that you're part of something that can reach so many people, to share your different viewpoints and maybe kind of get people to see a different perspective on things, you know, as a college athlete with so much stuff going on right now, you know, what do you hope to do with that microphone, I guess you could say, and the message that you hope to spread in your teammates?
Yeah, you know, it's important to understand, you know, the impact we have in our community, and, you know, that kind of thing. Our voice is very powerful, and, you know, to be able to use that, and Coach Franklin's done an amazing job, you know, talking with us, and, you know, working out things, whether it's like different logos, or if it's stuff like that, or videos he sent out, statements he sent out. He's done a great job communicating with us and helping us, you know, do things, whether it's with voting, or, you know, stuff like that throughout the team. And, you know, we just have to, you know, use our platform to spread. It's a lot of the stuff is already out there, but we just got to keep going until change, and we see change, and see stuff going in a positive direction. And Coach Franklin, like I said, he's a great advocate for us, and wants us to use our voice. And I think we'll be able to make some serious change because of that this season for sure.
Let's go to Evan Patrick.
Hey, Keaton. I wanted to ask you about Jaquan Brisker, and specifically what has his impact been on the program since he got here, and what do you expect from him this upcoming season?
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a playmaker. He's getting smarter and smarter, and he finds his way to the ball, and he's able to make a lot of great plays. And I'm just really excited for him. This year, in practice we've all been balling, so I'm just really excited to see what he does. And he's just a great player, and he's been a great leader too as well, and he's been very vocal, which is important.
All right, let's next go to Dustin Hawkinsmith.
Thanks, Mark. One of the big questions, Keaton, that a lot of people seem to have is just you guys in defending the pass, because there were some issues there in the second half of last year. To what extent do you maybe take that question or that criticism as a personal challenge? And have you guys been doing anything different this camp as opposed to last camp, practice-wise, scheme-wise, technique-wise, to try to get better in that area?
Yeah, we take all that stuff personally, and it's, you have to, and we've just been working really hard, just on everything, technique, down the field stuff, just everything that we saw were some weaknesses, and just taking it personally, and getting better. Never make the same mistake twice. Just keep building each day of practice, and just get better. And if we get better every day, which we have been, that stuff will fall in place, and the work we put in, you'll see the results. So.
All right, let's go to Tyler Donahue.
Keaton, you won't have Micah Parsons on the field with you guys this fall, but what kind of impression did he make on this roster, on the defense that you guys will carry into the 2020 season? And personally, through your first year on campus, what did you take away from watching him in his All-American campaign?
Yeah, obviously, it's gonna suck not having him, but it's next man up mentality, and just him as a playmaker, and we have a bunch of those on the team now, so it's next man up, and I'm just really excited. The defense is really pumped this year. I've been working really hard, and obviously it's a loss, but next man up, and we gonna take the mentality we've always had on defense, and just keep working, and then ball out when the time comes.
All right, let's go to John Sauber.
Hey, Keaton, do you feel extra motivation to be at the forefront of the conversations around social injustice because this is your hometown and you sort of understand the dynamics of conversations around race in central Pennsylvania better than most guys do?
Yeah, there's people had asked me questions about, what was it like, growing up around here. So I kind of give that perspective for people who are coming out of state and, don't really, haven't been here and don't really know. And yeah, this is my hometown. So, I'm trying to make it the best place it can be. And so if I have that platform, I like to use it.
All right. Do we have any more questions? I think we've got time for maybe one or two more. All right. We'll go to, so I don't know your full name, Arf Lounge.
It's Bob. Sorry, Mark.
Ah, there we go. Duh.
Sorry about it. No, it's my bad. It's bad initializing on my part. Okay. Keaton, if this has been asked of you already, I'm sorry, but Penn State's trying to get some other wide receivers into the equation this year other than Jahan Dotson. You've been around all the guys. If you had to pick one or two guys maybe that are poised to take a big step forward, and why? Who would they be this year as far as wideouts?
I definitely, I think the whole group, is getting better every day. Daniel George, he's continued to improve, and he's really playing well. CSB, even the young guy Keandre, he's playing with a lot of heart right now, and being a freshman, he's been playing really well. And just the whole room, TJ Jones, everybody's been, getting better and better each day. We've been really competing in practice and, going back and forth. And I'm excited to see those guys, do their thing this season. And, I'm excited for them because I can tell all the work they've been putting in has been paying off.
Ellen Hayes?
Hey, Keaton, this is kind of piggybacking off of Tyler's question earlier when he talked about losing a guy like Micah Parsons, who brought a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and leadership in those short 2 years that he was with the program. Who are some guys on defense you kind of see, either linebacker or outside of his position group that might kind of step back up and take that role of just spark plug energizer guy?
Right. Now, Jesse Luketa, if I had to name one, Ellis Brooks, those guys are really stepped up and becoming really, really big leaders, verbally bringing the juice at practice. And, I think especially now being that, I won't have fans at any of the games, like it's important that internally we were able to, bring our own juice and, bring our own swag and that kind of stuff. And, those guys, it kind of starts with those guys too. So, I think Jesse Luketa stepped up and become a really good leader and, a vocal leader. And it's something we definitely need now.
John Petishnock.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Hey, Keaton, I wanted to ask, what's it like working with Terry Smith? How knowledgeable is he? And just kind of like, what are the lessons that you've learned from working with him over the years?
Yeah, he's a great coach and he's a better person. And, the thing that I respect about him the most is, he's going to tell you to you straight. If you had a bad day, he'll tell you you had a bad day. If you had a good day, he'll tell you the good day. But, he's gonna help you along the way, give you constructive criticism, and make sure you don't make the same mistake twice. And he's huge on like when we go. So it doesn't matter what the situation is. You just if you're out there, you gotta compete, work hard and ball out. And he's just been a great mentor thus far for us.
All right, everyone. Well, we're going to have to close it there. The room will be shutting down in 40 seconds. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Keaton, for your time. And we'll see some of you here later on.
Thank you.